What's up, Alpha family? Y'all are listening to the Alpha Mentality Podcast today. And your two favorite hosts is Alpha Cal Funny.
And your boy, Money Man Ron.
Yes, sir. Look, we appreciate every single person who's been tapping in, who's listening to this video, who's going to listen to this video. We appreciate every single one of y'all, and we hope y'all had a great week. We had cool New Year's, you know what I'm saying? It's a new year, so they say, but we ready to attack and we ready to keep moving forward with you guys. We appreciate much love. We got 200 views by the end of December, and y'all made that happen. It would not have been possible without y'all. So we just want to give big thanks for allowing us to be able to hit that goal, because that was really something we was reaching for, and y'all made that happen. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Thanks for listening. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of things to say. And, we just glad to have, you know, like fans that want to just hear us speak about things that we feel passionate about. And we thank y'all for that. Just like you said, 200 views. We trying to hit 300 by the end of this month. We are going to hit 300 by the end of this month.
Right, facts. Definitely. But we wouldn't be able to do it without y'all. So once again, we just really want to appreciate you guys. Y'all are supporters and we support y'all. So if you haven't already listened to the last podcast episode, I'm gonna need you to stop what you're doing right now and go tap in. You know what I'm saying? We created a segment about the key factors to becoming an alpha, and this is the fifth factor. Guys, we went over four factors already. We went over communication, being fearless, having patience, and facing yourself. And today we're gonna go over being a good influencer. All right. But before we do any of that, let's dive into the question of the day that we asked last episode. All right. So the question was, how can I slow down to sustain an enjoyable life?
And to answer that, and on my perspective, it's more of a slowing down is more of a patience thing. So to enjoy your life, you gotta just enjoy the things that's going on right now because and just be patient because like the things that you want, like once you get them, you may not know the things you had to give up. So just enjoy the moment right now, and that's the best way. You know what I'm saying? Because just enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? Because you know where you want to go. So just be patient with it.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely got to be patient with it for sure. That's what it's all about. That's the whole point of slowing down. But from my perspective, I feel like we got to switch. We got to switch our dopamine levels. And if you don't already know what dopamine is, it's basically a chemical reaction in our brain that basically gives us the reasons why we do everything that we do to this day. From walking unconsciously to thinking about what I want to do, or eating or whatever. Basically, so if you want to tap more into dopamine, do the research. But I feel like we have to change our dopamine levels, because your dopamine level is super super high when you think about an iPhone notification, or when you go on Instagram, or you go on social media, you know what I'm saying? But if we can alter what we give ourselves as gifts, or gives ourselves as a reward, we feel like we get rewarded when we get on social media, or when we watch other people do things, or when we play the game, or we get to be lazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, so in order for us to complete or sustain the life that we want, we're gonna have to switch our dopamine levels to things that may not be so interesting now, but we know that it's needed for success, at least.
Yeah, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to put that too. And then the topic that we wanted to talk about today is being a good influence. You know what I'm saying?
Right, definitely. So let's dive in. Oh, before we dive in, the next question that we want y'all to think about is, what things do you pick up from other people that influence you? We're not gonna answer this question. We're gonna answer the question next podcast episode, but we want y'all to think about it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about it later.
Now, before we even start, I have a question to ask you about this. What is a good influencer to you?
Mm.
What are the qualities do you think they have?
I feel like a good influencer to me is somebody who's not sugarcoating the truth, somebody who's willing to sh- share their experiences, negative and positive, and ultimately people who are looking. I mean, because I'm always gonna say that, like, I'm always gonna say that you got to think about you, but I'm always gonna say that you got to think about other people too. If you're that type of person, if you want to be that type of person, like I want to be that type of person. So, of course, I'm gonna think about me when it comes to benefiting myself, but when it comes to benefiting others, I got to think about them too. So, being an influencer, you're ultimately thinking about other people too. That's why you're an influencer. There's certain decisions that you do influence other people. So, I feel like a good influencer, gotta have you in the back of their thought at least.
And would you say that you would try to more of to show like all of the things that you're doing positive, or you know or like you think it's good to show bad too, to show that you're not like perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like how would you view that? The like the importance of showing your mistakes.
Well, I think it's very important to show mistakes because everybody gonna deal with mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a misconception when you just only thinking about good, good, good. I mean, that's what you're supposed to think about but when you don't. I'll say it like this: you don't know the problems that you're gonna experience until you start moving in that direction. As far as what you're doing. So I don't know the problems I'm gonna experience if I have a car rental business right now. You know what I'm saying? Until I build a car rental business and I started running. You know what I'm saying? Things in that nature. But if I'm being influenced by somebody else who has a car rental business, if they're not if they're just telling me, "Oh, boom, you can make this money. You can get this, you can get the cars like this. You can rent them out like this." And they're not saying, "Oh, well, the cars might break down, you're gonna have to pay insurance." You know what I'm saying? Things like that. People might test your waters, they might crash your car, they might, you know what I'm saying? Things that you might not be thinking about because you ain't experienced it yet. So showing the negatives is it's always, it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Because that's life. That's just like your parent not trying to keep it real with you and only keep you in a dream. You know what I'm saying? When you get older and you understand that you're not gonna like it because they ain't tell you the truth. You had to learn it.
Yeah.
Facts. But definitely. So I feel like in being an influencer can move in a bunch of different directions. So for you, what is the direction of an influencer to where like you're not a follower, but they're still influencing you?
It's more of a seeing where they're going in life and see that's where you want to go to, because it's not more of a following, but of course we all going to the same place. Like you can take bits and the pieces. So I think more of you got to stay true to who you are, but you also have to see what works and what's and the things that's not working. So like you can be influenced from good and bad. Like like you can see a person doing wrong and not to do that,
Hmm.
or like you see a person doing something right. Okay, well I should tweak it that way, but do it in my way. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's more of a do things in your way, but don't like think about the things that worked for the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the best way to get influence, but not be a follower.
Hmm.
Because because at the end of the day, you want to be one yourself.
Right. Yeah, I like the way you put that for sure. Definitely got to be independent. Yeah. Um. So, do you feel like are you influenced by the people around you?
More of I'm not influenced by the people that surround me. I'm more of influenced by the decisions they make. You know, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
That do.
Like, like bad wise. Like if I see you doing this and it's not, and then it's bad and then it's destructive, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna. I'm going to be more influenced not to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Whether okay,
So
you
you
know,
oh okay. So your
yeah,
friends influence you in a way to where you don't do the things that you might learn from what you shouldn't do basically.
yeah, and then it's more like you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I got friends that do things that that like that like I probably want to do, but I'm not the type of person that just flat out do it. I like more of a talk and learn it. So I guess you can say they influence. You know what I'm saying? They do things like that, but it's more of a I just learn from the things not to do,
Mm,
and I and then I basically try to like do things in my way, but I learn from their mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Just like I keep trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Because it's dumb to make the same mistake as the person that was right above you. You know what I'm saying?
all right, facts. So do you feel like that you right now are maybe a influencer to people and you may not even know it? Like, if you just had to think if you influence people right now without like saying, "Oh, I know I influence people." You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel that you do, or maybe like what is the direction that you feel like, okay, the way I live my life, this is who I know can get this from that, you know?
I'm put
So
like
yeah, turn type on that.
it's more of a I try to live my life like I'm like it's a lot of like bro the things I do in life now is more of a I try to live like there's a person that's watching me and want to do things that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Or like to do things better. So like yeah, I do think I'm a cuz it's
Influencer.
yeah, cuz it's a lot of cuz like you may not know who is watching you, you know?
Right.
I'm
That's
saying like,
facts.
bro, the person who's like just watching this, you like, bro, you never know who is like really just watching the things you do. So like, you gotta move like you are one. So yeah, I do think I am. I do feel like I am more of a. It's not because of what I see. It's more of a. I just feel like there's a person that's watching me at all times. So I try to make the mistakes. I mean, I try to make the things good that I need to make good, and I try not to make the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's cool to bump your head so the next person don't. You know what I'm saying? But me, I try to keep my mistakes to the minimum. So if I do make a mistake, I know what to fix.
Right.
So yeah, like I think there's always a person just that's trying to
Watching.
watch me and probably do things I'm doing or do better than me. So yeah.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. There's definitely always somebody watching. I've been hearing that since I was little. But it's true at the end of the day. People, you don't got the eyes in the back of your head, literal or illiteral. So people gonna always peek when you're not worried about it. People peeking. So to have that type of mindset, as far as like, oh yeah, whether or not somebody is watching or not, I know I'm gonna do this, that, as far as because it's gonna be beneficial. Like that's raw. You know what I'm saying? That right there sets a tone for other people. And like you said, that right there would influence somebody else to be that way, honestly.
And then bro, you know us like the whole point of us doing this is to change lives and to impact life. So of course, like me and you're gonna move like we influence off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
Yeah.
but like you've been knowing me, bro. You know it's hard to make me try to do something that I don't want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I probably made bad decisions, but you can't say that I ain't never like move like there's a person that's like trying to watch me, because I don't want me. It's more of a I like my influence is I want bro. If you looking at me, I want you to be yourself. That's my main. That's my main thing that I want. You know what
Wow,
I'm
that's deep.
saying? To like like rub off on people is to be yourself, and the more you be yourself, the more you're gonna attract things that are for you. Cause then you being yourself. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, definitely being yourself. And I feel that exact same way. Like if you commit to being your own person, you already resonate off a certain way, a certain wave, that's creating that same thing for other people to be themselves. Like I feel like it's maybe like two different ways you can go about it, influencing off of just strictly who you are and the things that you do, or maybe influencing based off of, the needs of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people influence people off of maybe they don't need it. Like the things that, for instance, this podcast, like if I needed it, if the things that we talking about, if I needed it, as far as like I need to say somebody to say it, well, therefore I wouldn't be recording this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we're recording this podcast anyway shows us that, okay, boom, well, we're trying to influence somebody and it's going beyond what my benefits are. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's one thing too, like to be a good influencer in my opinion is to show, like, it's basically to, it's like giving. You give with no expectation, but you understand the more you give with no expectation, the more you receive. You already know that.
Yeah. And to me, I think the best people to follow is the people who don't try to be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because like, bro, what's the point of me following a lot? Because bro, I don't care what nobody say. Everybody is non-perfect. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like bro, you could think you perfect, but
You
it's
not.
always
There is
something
no
that the next
perfect. Tell me what perfect
person does
is.
better, or that you don't do well. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you have to know that, and you have to be at peace to be a good. You know what I'm saying? To even be in the class of being that, because like a lot of people are like they follow followers and don't even know it. So that's how they make themselves a follower. But if you like really like look at people who are bosses and who are they and who you know what I'm saying, and like who they are,
Right.
then you're gonna be more of a, independent to where you can be a influencer. You can't in but you can't be a leader and be a follower. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
then you're gonna lead a whole bunch of people that that think they know like, you know what I'm saying? Like they think they know where they're going, but you don't even like
Yeah.
where you following the next program.
Shoot, I agree, but I agree with that to a degree. And shoot, we just break it down on why I feel that way, because I feel like, yeah, I mean, well, it might just more so be what we consider following. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, right, as I feel like mentors need mentors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like I feel that way because I feel like I think of it like the rope. You know, somebody at the top. Boom, I'm pulling somebody up, right? Well,
yeah.
somebody should be pulling me up.
Well, like me, I was more like saying, okay, say if I try to be you and then I'm trying to lead you.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what
I
I'm
see what
saying?
you're saying. Like more so copying other people instead
Yeah,
of like being your creative, but
yeah,
still having that guidance a little bit, you know?
yeah. Because if we want to be good, like good, like leaders and good influencers, we have to be ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because how you gonna influence? Like how it's impossible for you to leave a mark if you're not being yourself. Because what mark are you leaving?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna follow a like think about it, bro. Who's going to follow me if I'm the next person? You know what I'm saying? If I'm if I'm the second version when
Right.
there's a first version, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be yourself first.
And stay yourself.
Yeah, and then just like bro, look at the mistakes and do better, and that's gonna make you a good influence off rip because damn motherfuckers is already like he can think for himself, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that for sure. I feel like we're all influencers. You know, I'm not really gonna get into the good and bad as far as how you're influencing people because that's more so common sense. But I would say the one thing is that to understand that it starts with being you and it starts with understanding you, you know, in what you're trying to go towards. Like for us, we're trying to create warriors. We're trying to create alphas. We're trying to create leaders. We're trying to create bosses. But right now, we're in the making it. You know, we're not at what you might think the top is. Right now, I'm at the top of my life. Period. But what you might consider the top as far as maybe financial wise or whatever, we're not there. That's fine. But or experience wise, we're not there yet. But that's fine. But the thing is that's what our goal to influence is. You know, if I said I want to influence people to create 1,000 jobs, you know, that would be my influence. You know, and that would be my market. So I would say understand who you are and understand what your market is, because everybody's moving in their own different direction. But I know for us, we want to recreate leaders. We want to recreate alphas. And we're doing that because we want to spark what? Your soul. Simple. That's why our brand is called Alpha Soul. Because we got an alpha soul. And the reason we got an alpha soul is because it was sparked and it turned into that, you know. So we want to create the same opportunities for the next woman, the next man, the next child, the next leader, you know, that just anybody who is ready to elevate, because becoming an alpha is elevation. It's simple. That's all it is. It's elevation and control of your life and control of who you're influencing. You know, becoming an alpha, they have responsibilities. And as a person, you should always have responsibilities that stand to a degree to yourself. But when you're talking about an alpha level, you got self responsibilities and other responsibilities for other people. So just understand where you're going with it. You know, you don't have to try to make another leader. You don't, but understand what you do and what you want to influence. This is responsibilities and everything that we do. But people are more so ready to, you know, like he said, people are ready to uh jump on other people who are being themselves. That's why we can relate to so many different people, because it's a bunch of different aspects. We don't relate to one person and say forget everybody else. Why is that? You don't listen to one artist. You don't listen to one person who makes music. But he might be your favorite artist, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't give you the aspect, the full realm aspect, you know? So yeah, it's the same thing. Like being a good influencer, it's another aspect of becoming that alpha, changing that alpha mentality and turning into that alpha. So that's what being a good influencer is. That's another aspect of it. And that's why we want to dive into the 5 aspects, because they all are important and they all matter. Without one, you're not be without one, you're still not there. You know, I can be fearless, I can face myself, I could be a good influencer. I can have patience, but I can't communicate. Well, boom. Yeah, you don't meet the qualifications. Simple. Just like a job gonna tell you. You don't meet the qualifications. So therefore, we have to get all of these things aligned with each other so we meet the qualifications of the person that we need and want to be. And that's elevation. Simple. All these things are elevating you. I'm not telling you to go howl in the street. I'm telling you to elevate. Simple. Yes, sir. So that's gonna be a wrap, guys. We definitely appreciate every single one of y'all who's been listening, who's been tapped in. Much love. So before we head out, we want to just tell y'all about the next segment that we're going to be dropping, and it's going to be called 333. You dig what I'm saying? Beautiful numbers right there, but it's going to be called 333, and it's gonna get deep. I'm not going to spoil it, but I just want you to know that it's gonna get deep and we're gonna tap into you guys' minds. All right. So once again, we love, appreciate every single one of y'all. And Alpha Soul is in the building. It's Alpha California here, man.
And it's your boy Money Man Ron. Thanks for listening.